Hey everyone, in this video we will be adding a password validator which will be looking like this. If I write here @ and if I say a capital letter, it will be changing it to a level of medium, and if I add here some letters, it will be changing it to a stronger password, and if I remove all of them, it will be converting itself to a weaker password. So without any further delay, if you are not following me over to my Instagram, kindly follow me there and let's get started. Now you may have observed that I have changed somewhat UI of our The Social. That is, I have changed some dark theme things under our social. Now if you want the premium version, you can DM me on Instagram and I will be giving it to you. So for that purpose, first of all, I can open my sign up view. Here you can see I got my sign up view, and under my sign up view here I can observe I have all that custom fields. Now if I go under my custom fields, these are nothing but simply a class which has two different properties and arguments, which are text entity controller and hint text. Now what we need to do, besides the foreign password, we need to add here somewhat another like a container, which will be an animated container to show the range of the strongness of the password, right? So to do that, we need to manipulate our entire state, and to manipulate our entire state, we will be using our authentication notifier. So if I go here, you can see I got my authentication notifier, which has the following instances and all these methods. So what we need to do, we need to create two different fields. For example, for simply adding an emoji for for starting here to show the emoji of the current state of the password and also the strength. So for that purpose, what we'll be doing, we'll be like creating different variables. So first of all, what I can do, here we'll be adding a different string which will be a level, and I can name it to be a password level, right? So there will be three different level of our password: weak, medium, and strong, right? So it will be like empty by default, and similarly here, and yeah, it will be a getter for it. So password level, which will be referring to password level. Similarly, we'll be having here emoji. So I'll say password emoji. You can give it any sort of name, which will be like null for default. It will be also nullable. Yeah, nullable, make it nullable. So it will be similar to this. I can say password emoji, which will be referring to password emoji. Right. So these two are getters. Now here what I'll do, I'll be creating a different void method, which will be simply used for checking the strength of the password, right? So I can say check password strength of the method. All right, let's have a proper spelling. It will be taking an argument of the candidate password, right? The whatever password that user will be including. So I'll say a required parameter of, let's say, candidate password. It will be asynchronous or it should not be asynchronous, so I can directly use it here. Now what we need to do, we need to define certain patterns. The patterns will be under type of regex, right? So we need to define three different conditions. For a stronger password will be containing a capital letter, a small letter, a number in it, and also a special character. Also it will be having a length to be 8. Under the case of medium password, it will be having nothing but simply a special character and its length should be greater than 8. And remaining case, under a case of weak password, it will not have any of the following characteristics, right? So what I'll do, I already have got some of the following regex functions. So that is regex strings. So I can directly paste it here. Now I have already got some regex strings. So I will be like mentioning them under description box. You can check them out as well. So you can see I have a good pattern and also a strong pattern. What I'll do here, instead of good pattern, I can name it to be a medium pattern. Right, medium pattern will be containing the following regex. Now under this regex, you can see this section will be referring to number of letters, that is the length of the password to be greater than 8, and this regex will be referring to having a special character in it. Now under case of strong pattern, here you can see I will be having here a capital letter, a small letter, a number between 0 to 9, and also a special character having the length to be greater than 8, right? So what I'll do here, we will be creating different if else condition. Now I will be going through basics, that is how beginner will be doing it. There is a higher level of abstractions. If you are expert in Flutter, you can use switch statements and all that stuff. But I will be going through basic stuff so that all the beginner friends will be understanding this stuff, right? So here, what I'll do, here I'll be creating here a new if condition. So first of all, we need to get the candidate password, right? Now I can say candidate password has contains, alright, candidate password dot contains, contains. We need to check whether the candidate password contains the particular regex or not. So I can use your regex expression. It will be creating a source and it will be requiring a source. Our first source will be a strong pattern. First of all, we will be defining a strong pattern. Now the following regex expression will be giving us a boolean, right? This contains function will be giving us a boolean, right? So under the case of boolean, I can expand this thing here and I can say if the following thing, that is the following password contains a strong pattern, I will be referring the following password label to be a stronger one, and also emoji to be a different emoji. Right. So here I'll say password label is equal to strong. Right. You can have any sort of name to it, but for general case, I will be using this. Also, I will be having a password emoji to be any of the strong emoji. Let's say a rocket one. Right. Not strong, but rocket. Yeah, this one. Right. So this should be it. And after that, we need to also notify the listeners. So I'll say notify the listeners. Now we can do the same thing here one more time. So I'll say if, that is else if the password contains a good pattern, not a good but a medium pattern, we'll be having a different thing here. So I'll say password level is medium, and the emoji will be nothing but simply strong. There is something like the hand one. Okay, let's say body. Okay, power. Okay, let's have any of the emoji for now. So let's have this emoji. Right, it doesn't matter. Also, we will be listening all the that is notify all the listeners. I can have one more else if condition, and it will be containing this condition. If this contains, it does not contain this pattern. Right. So if this does not contain a medium pattern, so automatically it will be a weak pattern. Right. Under the case of weak, I can have any of the emoji. So let's have an emoji here for yeah, this one. Yeah, so this will be a weaker emoji. Right. So this will be the use case that you will be using. Right. You can like use higher level of abstraction for this code. Completely overview. So this was everything from our this side. Now we need to manipulate our entire text fields. Now you can see under my this text field does not have the property of on change. Now we have to use the property of on change under text field. Here if I say on change, it will be giving us a string, and based on that string we can manipulate our data. But right now to add the following on change property here, we need to change different things. What I'll do, I'll copy this custom text field. Yeah. Alright. So let me copy this stuff. And what I'll do, I'll go back here at the bottom, and here I'll be creating a small text field, which will be custom sign up field or custom password field. Right. So let's have the same name here. Now this property will be having a different word, that is a property known as on change. It will be nothing but some value. Right. So under this value, I can use this value under the case of our validator. Right. Here you can see I got my validator. Take password strength. So we can use that up. So to do that, we need to get an instance of our provider. So let's get that, and here I'll paste it here. Right. So here I'll say on value change authentication notifier. Under this, we will be having a listen value to be false or true. Right. Now the listen value will be true only if we are rendering the UI. Right. So here we are not rendering the UI but listening to value. So I'll say listen to be like check password strength, and the candidate password will be the value. Right. So this should be from this side on change field. Now also what we need to do, where we are using the following text field, we need to render different text fields right here. What I'll do besides this, we will be having a row. Under row, it will be having an emoji and also a particular like a indicator. Right. What I'll do here, I will be having a vertical size box. Yeah. So this is the following feature of vertical size box is from premium. Right. So here the vertical size box is nothing but simply the following things. Right. The abstraction of size boxes. Right. What I'll do here under a vertical size box one, I will be having here a row. Right. So under row, it will be having all the children. The first child will be nothing but simply some spacing, and after that I will be having here a new text of the emoji. Right. So for getting that thing, I will be using authentication notifier. Make sure you are rendering the UI, that is your listen property to be true, because we need to render the UI. And after this, I will be using password emoji. Right. Also requires a different style for it. Yeah. So it will be nullable. So you need to do this thing. Right. So for now, this will be enough. Right, so you can see there is no field here for the following password like emoji is null, right? But there is some spacing here, right? So after this thing, we also need to render different thing, which is our animated container, right? So what I'll do, first of all, I will be creating here animated container. Animated container, it will be requiring a duration, so duration will be default by 2, right? It will be also requiring some curves, so I'll say curve to be curves, right? Curves dot let's say is in. Right, and after it will be requiring a child. So under child, the child will be nothing, but the child will be nothing, right? So it will be having a decoration instead of child. Decoration will be nothing but simply some box decoration, right? Under box decoration, I will be having a border radius. to be, let's say, border radius dot circular. The circular radius will be nothing but simply, let's say, 15. And after that, it will be having a color. So if the password is weak, I will be having a color for color.red. Right. Now this will be our animated container. Now what I'll do, I will be adding here if condition. If authentication notifier, and here I'll say listen to be true because we need to render the UI, and the password level, if the password level, or it is not nullable, if the password level is weak, we'll be showing this animated container. Right. Now, if the password level is weak, we'll be showing the following animated container, and it will be also requiring some width. So here I'll be adding a width to it to be 100, and also a height to it to be 10. Right. Now after this, I can copy this condition and add it to two times. Right. So paste and paste. What I'll do here, I'll be saying that the password level is weak. Now I already said I will be going to be beginner thinking, beginner version. The following code can be updated at higher level. You can do that. So it will be having a width of 360 and the color will be green. That's some positive color. And you can also change the animation. So I'll say the animation of, let's say, this one. I don't know what, but this one. So after this, I will be having a width for a medium thing to be 220, right? And a color of blue color, right? Some positive color or blue color, right? So this should be it for now, right? We have different conditions, so let's check them out. So here, if I say a password, all right, nothing is happening for now. What we need to do, we need to hot start everything. Or without hot starting, we also need to use the different controller. Right, so here you can see I have got a custom controller. So I'll say custom sign up controller. Alright, so here I'll be having custom sign up controller. Alright, let's have the same name. It's custom password controller. Okay, it should be password. It should be a password. So let's go at the top, and yeah, I will be using a custom password controller. It will be requiring all these properties. So to use that, I can add the property here and remove this stuff. Right, so let's remove this. Now you can see I have got my red emoji here. If I say the following words, you can see nothing will be happening for now. But if I remove this, and if I say a capital letter or let's say a special character and a length will be greater, you can see the color will be changing and also the emoji will be changing. Now this is the medium level. Right, you can see medium level has a width of 220, height of 10. Now if I say here some capital letters and also some different, like say, okay, the password is not hard but strong, right? Yeah, that should be the case. Strong. Now you can see the length is increased. Now if I do it one more time, you can see the thing will be automatically reading. So if I say here some special character and some letters greater than 8, it will be changing to medium password. But if I say some letters in it and also a capital letter, you can see the thing will be for like stronger password. Right. Now I have got the code here. You can see the following code is for strong, medium and weak. Now this is the case. You can manipulate it as much as you want. For example, I can add some spacing here after this text. Yeah. So you can see if I remove this stuff, it will be converting to medium because the following the words are letters are removed. If I say a capital letter, it will be changing to a stronger one, and if I remove this stuff, it will be changing it to a weaker one. Right. So this is the entire thing that you will be doing, that you will be using. Right, it is a cool stuff. I just wanted to share you because I asked for my Instagram whether should I share it or not. So kindly use it under your own application. In many applications, it's kind of awesome. Also, this was all for today. Also, the social is kind of end on the YouTube. So the next tutorial will be basic. Will be for tagging the users, and also I will be adding some stories. Right. Till then, if you are not following me on Instagram, kindly follow me there. I keep sharing daily new stuff about that. I'll see you in that stuff. Have a good day.